Hello, everybody. My name is Deanna Toledo, and I'm with River Network. I just want to do a quick tutorial here to walk you through the different bells and whistles that we have available through our Zoom meeting platform that will help you make sure that your live session is as interactive as it can be. So for this quick tutorial, I've got my colleagues here in the room. And we just want to show you three primary ways to make our sessions interactive. One is using the polls feature, the second is using breakout groups, and the last one is through the chat box. So just a really quick overview. And you will have a chance to walk through all of this with one of our staff people as we do the walkthrough for your session. When you actually attend the live session at the designated times, you will have a live audience of Rally participants joining you. And there will be at least two River Network staff ready to support you. One will be the moderator and one will be the assistant. So as we walk through all of these different interactive features, just know that our staff is ready to support you in making use of all of these features. So we'll have the moderator, again, the assistant, and then you're as a single presenter or as a set of presenters. So just to walk you through the first piece of interactivity is the poll feature. So what we have is the ability to launch a poll to get you a sense of who's in the room or get responses to a particular question that you might have. So you as a presenter are charged with deciding what are the poll questions that you want to ask and if it's a multiple choice poll, what are all of the answers that you want people to respond to, and get it to our staff ahead of time. We'll preload it into the room, and so once you're giving your presentation, you will just verbally give the cue to our staff for when you want that poll to launch. So this is what it will look like. They will launch the poll. So here I have a mock poll. It asks, what is your favorite cold beverage? So you will tell the staff person, please launch the poll. And so everybody should be able to now see this poll. So please, folks, respond to the poll. We can see that 4 out of 6 participants have responded. 6 out of 6 now have, so we can end the poll. So, and here you can share the results. So the staff person will share the results with the rest of the audience. So favorite cold beverage, beer and wine. It's a Friday afternoon that we're recording this. Maybe that's skewing our data set. Half of the people prefer beer and wine. 17% of the folks prefer soda. And a third of the respondents prefer water. There will be one of our staff people will read out loud the responses, even though it also will be showing up in everybody's screen during the live session. But in reading the responses, it also helps folks who are watching the recording understand what are the results to that poll. So again, that is the poll feature. You can stop sharing the results and continue moving on through your presentation. So again, just think through at what points in your presentation you want to incorporate a poll. It is helpful to maybe do one at the very beginning to get people used to using the platform, and then perhaps at various points during the session, you could also think about particular polls to use. The second feature that I want to point out is our small groups. One of the best aspects of Zoom meetings is that you can break up your group, your audience into small groups of whatever size you determine, and have them think about a particular exercise or consider a particular question, or have them actually answer, come up with a scenario and then think about whether or not you want them to report back to the large group when they return. So really thinking pretty carefully about how you want to use the small groups is super helpful. And again, that's something that we'll walk through you as we support you in the run through before the actual session. So for example, I have in my next slide So here are your presenters, your slides. Here you get to the small group breakout. We suggest that you create a slide that has the instructions for what you're asking your small groups to do. So for example, instructions might be in the next 10 minutes, discuss the relative benefits of drinking cold water, iced tea, or soda, beer, or wine. If you can reach a consensus, can you reach a consensus of the best possible drink for a 90-degree weather day? Assign somebody to report back, and when you return to the main room, the reporter will type your answer into the chat box. So something like this gives them a sense, your audience a sense of what you're asking them to do. So once you go through the instructions, then it is time to start breaking folks out into breakout groups. What you need to think about, aside from how are you going to use these breakout groups, is think about how do you want to assign people to a small group? Most likely with a large size of audience, you're going to randomly assign them. Think about how many people you want in each small group. And think about how long do you want them to have together to run through that exercise. So those are the main components. Do you want them randomly assigned, or is there some other order that you can discuss with your staff person about how we can pre-assign those rooms, group size, and length of time? That is information that you will need to get to your River staff program person ahead of the session so that they can be prepared to support you in using the small group feature. So all you need to do is pose the slide and let us know when you're ready for the small group breakout. And at that point, the staff person will move people into small group. You can see here on my screen, this is what they're going to get to see. Breakout room number 1, breakout room number 2. So we will, right now, this is set to allow the participants to return to this main session at any time. And there's a countdown timer, which I'm going to set for 10 seconds. Once I close out the small groups, it basically gives the folks in those small groups 10 seconds to finish their conversation before they're automatically booted right back to this main room. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and open these rooms. Everybody is going to be receiving, every participant, a message on their screen. So if you go ahead and accept that, you're going to see that faces start disappearing as they move into their small groups. So it is just me now sitting in this room. You can see that this will be the staff person. And if there's anything in particular that we want to broadcast to all of the groups, we can do so here. Please wrap up your discussion in 10 seconds. Obviously, you'd give folks more than that amount of time. So now they've received that information, and I'm going to go ahead and close the groups. And you'll see that because I pre-loaded 10 seconds as the minimum, everybody's going to start showing back up into this room at the 10-second mark. So welcome back, Nicole. I wonder if others are returning to the breakout group, to the main room. Nicole, can you unmute yourself? Did you all land in your breakout group room? Okay, I think I may have turned off some of the videos. Okay. So that, in essence, is the breakout room function. As we do the walkthrough with you, we will you can discuss whether you want to incorporate one or multiple breakout room exercises into your session. These will be 90-minute sessions, so there's plenty of room. And if you want to do a second breakout group, you have the option to either assign everybody to the same breakout rooms that they were originally in, or to do another random assignment. So it might be a different subset of folks that come together for the breakout group. Okay, the last function that I want to share with you is simply the chat box. Just to let you know that there is this chat box function. You will see it on your screen. You can turn it on or off. Nicole or others, if you could write something into the chat box, that way we can see what that's going to look like. And you can see that you'll have the option to type a message to everyone or to particular folks in the room. All right, everybody is here. Thank you so much. So while you're in the session, please lean on your River Network staff to support you. They will be monitoring the chat room. They will be, if you can pause at given times in your presentation, give them a chance to read out loud what the questions are that they're seeing and give you a chance to address them. We recommend doing that throughout the presentation as a way to break things up and as a way to be responsive to some of the comments and the questions that are coming in from your audience. So that wraps up the three main components of how you want to, different capacities that Zoom provides to make these sessions interactive. If there's anything that you have particular questions about, please come ready for the walkthrough with your River Network staff person to bring those questions to them. And again, if I can leave you with any single message here, is just to reassure you that River Network staff are here to support you during the live session, and we'll be doing all of the back end work on all of these different features so that you're just focusing on your presentation and really thinking about the content that you're providing. So with that, we're going to bring this tutorial to a close. Thank you so much for participating in River Rally. Thank you so much for joining us here. And just want to say that we are excited to work with you. This is a little bit of, we're all learning together, but I think we're going to be just fine. We're doing our hard work on our end to prepare for these live sessions, and we're really looking forward to them. With that, thank you and have a great day. Goodbye.